Hi guys, it's Katrina here. I thought I would make a video going over the 13 EMA back test that is actually going on right now with a lot of stocks and even the indexes. And the reason we're so green today, I was talking to one of my friends, yesterday about how the indexes need to do some back testing before they can go higher or lower. So I was, I knew that they needed to do this back test, today, tomorrow, like real soon, because they haven't, back tested the 13 EMA in a long time. Same with some stocks. So yeah, let's look at the NASDAQ chart. I'm looking at the NASDAQ daily. And today we back tested the 13 EMA beautifully. Now, I will admit I did good today. I took profit a little early though. Today we could easily have gone up a little bit and then tomorrow finish the back test. But you know what? They fully back tested the 13 EMA today, the last day of January. Because the monthly chart ends today. So I kind of knew today would be bullish to help those monthly charts look a little better. Anyways, but the big thing is you guys need to learn is if any stock or index makes a huge move down, like we'll start right here on January 4th when we started to make a, move down. It made a huge move down and it tested the 200 and it held it. And what does it do? It back tested the 13 EMA. And what does it do at that 13 EMA? Well, it lost it. It never closed above it. So what does it do? It goes down, the next day. Now, if we would have held that 13 EMA, closed above it, we would have went and then closed above this mid Bollinger Band. We would have went back up. But guess what? We did our back test of the 13 EMA to go lower. And that's how this works. We always make anything that makes a huge move down, back test this 13 EMA to go higher or lower. I don't know which way it's going. But this time it went lower. So then we continue it all the way down and we lose the 200. So guess what? Guess what we get a back test before we can go higher or lower? The 200. So we back test the 200 the next day, fail it. Back test the 200 the following day, fail it. So we go lower. You gotta, even if you do, back test these EMAs, you gotta close above them. You gotta regain them. If not, you go lower. And this is all this is all support we're losing. It's a different story when you're above mid Bollinger Band and you're above, the 13 EMA, you're above stuff. I'm talking about when it makes any stock or index makes a huge move down. Anyway, so we lose the 200. We go down, down, down. We did all of this scariness. And I did know that eventually we are going to have to back test this 13 EMA because this whole time I'm watching the 13 EMA cross the 200. It's going down and out. So I know, we're going to have to, back test this 13 EMA eventually, like once a short-term bottom is in. And that's exactly what happened. We put in a short-term bottom here, and we back tested the 13 EMA. Now the big thing is what do we do here? We can go higher or we can go lower because now we got that 13 EMA back test out of the way. That had to happen, guys. And the big thing, how I kind of try to find that 13 EMA when it's gonna start, is usually I try to find some kind of downward channel or a falling wedge, and whenever the price kind of peeps out, plus the lower Bollinger Band starts to curl in, like right now it's finally putting in support. Like this is flat lower Bollinger Band. That's a good sign that it's putting in support. The MACD was starting to turn sideways. It's not racing down still. And the stochastics, like I knew right here, the stochastic held this this 20 line. So it didn't dip anymore. Like I knew that was, bullish. So that's why I went long Friday. And I think I even posted, I'm attempting it because of this. Anyway, so now we got this back test out of the way. So tomorrow's huge. So tomorrow do we, go above or do we, start right at this 13 EMA and lose it? Kind of like what we did up here. We back tested it, but we lost it, the next day. We might you know, we could kind of play around here, let this mid-Bollinger Band come down more. But the next, you know, right after this 13 EMA, the mid-Bollinger Band's next test, you know. It could easily open up at the mid-Bollinger Band tomorrow and go red. Like, it could do that. The big thing is like, you know, from what I see here is for bulls, like for the, you know, this to go north, like we have to tackle the mid-Bollinger Band, we got to tackle the 200 EMA, and then after that we got to tackle the 50 EMA. And then after that we have a falling upper Bollinger Band. Like we got to break through. But it's possible. It's, you know, it's possible. It will break through it all, but it won't be, I don't think it'll be easy, but yeah, that's how, you know, that's kind of how this back tests work on NASDAQ. Let's look at Twilio. This is another example of the, look how the 13 EMA is back testing it today. You know, made this huge move all the way down. It looks like it tried to test it almost right here, but it failed and kept going down, 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 down. So you know, like I already knew. I probably could have, you might be able to draw in a, like I said, a line. Maybe right here. I didn't even look at Twilio. I chose other stuff. But like, look at this, like right here. I mean, it broke out today of this line. You know, you have to have 3 touches here on your trend lines. But anyways, we back tested this 13 EMA. So the next thing, and look, it looks like it's almost closing above it. If it were to close right now, it'd be like closing right above it. 201.07, you know. So next up would be the mid-Bollinger Band. But let's go back here, you know, at let's go back here in the past. Because, you know, like right here is where it lost it. Looks like earnings. And then look here, it back tested it. And never could get above it. This is what a lot of the stocks look like. It never could like get above the 13 EMA. And then it looks like it was going to try here, but this mid-Bollinger Band, like it's got to conquer the mid-Bollinger Band too, guys. And it never did. So it just kept going down. Look, it went right back down. Back tested 13 EMA. Looks like it tried for that mid-Bollinger Band. It just could never break above that. Went back lower. Back tested the 13 EMA. Tried for the mid-Bollinger Band. You know, never could break above the mid-Bollinger Band. You know, went right back down. Look, it's all trying right here. And it, you know, looks like even right here, finally closed above the mid-Bollinger Band. But look at this. You got this 50. You got this upper Bollinger Band, you know, putting pressure on price here. So, you know, just never could. And then, you know, and then what has happened, you know, for the past month. But I will say, if some of these stocks can get over their damn mid-Bollinger Bands, like that is bullish. Because look, it just really can never get above it. The only thing is a lot of them have, you know, like the 50 EMA in the way for resistance. The falling upper Bollinger Band, that puts pressure on it. And even if it does get past all this, there's the 200. You know, it has to fight against. So, I mean, it's not going to be easy, guys. This, you know, it might like finally make it all the way up to, you know, a lot of these stocks might finally make it above their mid-Bollinger Band, but they got all this, you know, multiple resistance above. That's where they might poop out, you know, and then pull back more. What else? Let's look at, let's see what else I have. Upstart. Upstart was a good example. I think I posted this, you know, this one, ever since it lost, you know, up here, like it's, you know, 13 EMA, you know, it's just gone down, down, down. Look, back tested the, you know, the 200 here, where a short-term bottom. Look, it looks like it tried to back test the 13 EMA there, but it, you know, it lost it. You know, it went back down. Look, back tested the 13 EMA, couldn't do it. Look, it's got the 200, the 13 EMA, and the mid-Bollinger Band. Like, it's got a lot of resistance. Never could break above there. So it goes back down. Eventually, back tested 13 EMA. Tries it again. Like, this is how this works, guys. And look, it's testing its mid-Bollinger Band, but it cannot break out here. It cannot break out here. You know, it never could. So it just keeps going down. And then, look, it tries to back test the 13 EMA again here. It doesn't get it. Goes back down, tries to back test it again, doesn't get it. Like, finally, looks like we're going to close over the 13 EMA, but you got this mid-Bollinger Band in the way. So that's the next, you know, it needs to get above that mid-Bollinger Band. for to, finally, like, look, finally be above mid Bollinger Band for a long, long, long time. Has not, like, since, oh my God, since November. Hasn't been above the mid Bollinger Band since November, guys. Like, so when it finally does get above mid Bollinger Band, I feel like that's going to be explosive. But the only problem is, guys, what do you see in the way? The falling upper Bollinger Band. So that would probably cap it there. Like, it'll probably come down a little more. And then after that, look, it's got the 50, it's got the 200. It's got to get past all of that to be like free again. So again, a lot of stocks might start, they might, move upward, but then really come into some hard resistance with these falling upper Bollinger Bands, the 50 EMA, the 200, like all of them look like this. They all have that above it that they have to fight. So they might make it all the way up to that and poop out, Who knows? They might not even make it that far. I don't know yet. You just got to take one EMA, at a time. And this mid Bollinger Band is actually the 20-day simple moving average. If you watch my Bollinger Band video, you'll learn that. Anyways, next up, so tomorrow's big. Like, it could open up red. It could open up and go red tomorrow. I don't know, and struggle with the mid Bollinger Band again, let's see what this MACD. This MACD is just, it's starting to finally get a little more momentum looking. But, okay, what else did I want to look at? I think I did snow. Snow, here's your snow. Snow back tested at 13 EMA. So next up is, once a close over that, and then the mid Bollinger Band's next. And I could easily open at the mid Bollinger Band tomorrow and go red. I don't know. All the lower Bollinger Bands are curling in, which is a good sign, or flattening out. That's a good sign. But again, even if it breaks this mid Bollinger Band, look, it's got the 200, it's got the 50, it's got a falling upper Bollinger Band. All that's got to be broke through, guys. So this is not going to be easy if the stuff does break through. It's not going to, this is not going to be quick. What else? Did I do the trade desk? I don't remember. Here's the trade desk. Back to SNIDS 13 EMA right here. Look at lost right here. Back tested it right here. Failed the back test. Went right back down. Look all the way down. So I knew eventually it's going to have to back test the 13 EMA. And it is. Now I'm in Bollinger Bands up next. But again, guys, there's a 200, a 50, a sharply falling upper Bollinger Band. All this is in the way. So, tomorrow, again, we could, I don't know, we could open up at this mid Bollinger Band and it could go red, or, I don't know, it could go red tomorrow, or it could go green. I don't know, you just got to take it one level at a time. But even if it does get over the mid Bollinger Band, because when price gets above mid Bollinger Band, it's more bullish, it's allowed to go up. All these stocks, have all these freaking 250 EMAs in a way, or this, the falling upper Bollinger Band, it's all in the way. Like, look, here's where the upper Bollinger Band capped it here. It tried, but it capped it, But yeah, I hope this helps you guys out. Just to, let's look at VIX. VIX is the opposite. VIX is doing a 13 EMA back test, but VIX made a huge move up. So let me show you this one. So the 13 EMA back test also works if something makes a huge move up. It eventually has to back test the 13 EMA, and it's doing it today, and it's losing it. So that's a good sign for bulls, because if it loses it, then it goes to the mid Bollinger Band. But what does it do there? Does it hold the mid Bollinger Band? To go higher, or the opposite with VIX is like, it has all this support to help it out. When all the indexes and all the stocks have all that resistance, to hurt it, the VIX has all this, has the mid Bollinger Band, the 50, the 200. See how that's support. So the VIX is like the opposite right now of all the stocks and indexes. It made the huge move up to back test the 13 EMA. And look right here. This is back in, I guess, November, December. Huge move up. Back tested the 13 EMA, went straight to mid Bollinger Band. lost, you know, and it looks like it lost it the next day. But look at our heads, the 50, the 200, all this stuff right here to like help support it. And it did, and it went back up, but then it lost it again. So yeah, like the big thing is you need to realize that if anything makes like a huge move up, it always has to come back down and back test that the closest EMA before it can go higher or lower. Or again, let's look at SPX. You know, SPX made a huge move down. You know, it's back tested its 200, closed above it. Well, then guess what? Where does it go? It goes to the next EMA, 13 EMA. Guess what? Now it looks like it's almost closing above it. What would be the next, EMA? Well, it's mid-Bollinger Band actually is next, So after that, once it can get, to that mid-Bollinger Band, it could easily go red. It may struggle. Like, look up here. It struggled to close above the mid-Bollinger Band. It could easily, struggle there. Look, it's got this 50 in a way, too. It doesn't just have the mid-Bollinger Band. It's got the mid-Bollinger Band and 50. So that's 2 resistances it has to overcome. So that's the big thing is, like, yeah, even though we're good and we're green right now, like, you need a true breakout of all these mid-Bollinger Bands and EMAs that are all above price right now. And the VIX has to break down all those supports of those mid-Bollinger Band EMAs. Like it's the opposite. VIX is always the opposite. So yeah, I hope this helps you guys out. But we are getting these 13 EMA back tests out of the way. Tomorrow's huge. Do we make it up to the mid-Bollinger Band tomorrow and maybe poop out? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Or do we just poop out straight tomorrow? But anyways, I hope this helps you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on my tweets, and I will post this on Twitter. Thank you guys. Bye.